Welcome. Welcome to reading. Welcome to everything. I'm Whitney Moon. This is my channel. We're going to do a couple live messages today. Take what resonates and discard what doesn't. Okay. All right, I'm going to roll the dice. All right, ninth house, Neptune, Cancer. Ninth house. Man, we do not deal with the ninth house very often. That's Sagittarius. Actually, no, we get this pretty. No, I don't know. Personal growth, long-term goals, long journeys. Neptune energy. Delusions. Long-term delusions. I'm almost getting like, when people wake up and they've been in a marriage for 40 years and they're like, why the fuck was I in this marriage for as long as I was? That's what I'm getting right now. Because Cancer, roots, home. It kind of seems like somebody wakes up from this really long, slumber, really long sleep. And they have no idea where they are. All right, give me this ninth house. Sleeping Beauty over here. I do kind of feel like it's a Sleeping Beauty kind of situation. People turn themselves off, the Star. And now they're being, they're probably guided to do this. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Start a company with somebody, but then possibly walk away. Like the commitment was done, the contract was fulfilled, right? We both got somewhere. Sometimes I find we have I feel like the only reason why we should have relationships is to better ourselves, right? Because then you have people that can help you, right? Even with friends, why do you have friends if they can't help you? What's the point, right? What's the point of having somebody just around? I dealt with that with my father. My father, he was useless. All he wanted to do was drink with me or go out with me. And I'm like, I don't need a friend, I need help. Okay. And I'll help you, you help me. But what is the point? I don't have to go drinking with my dad. I'm not going to go and entertain him, like a little puppeteer for an hour or two, once a month just to fulfill his needs as a fucking father, right? It's useless. And I had to realize that was, oh man, when did I really stop talking to my dad? At least 2 years ago. So that was a 37-year relationship that I woke up to and was like, my father's useless. Useless. Why are you even here? Why are you even around? You're not doing anything you're supposed to be doing. I don't idolize parenthood, that's for sure. I am a parent to very different beings, okay, that I upgrade in life and take care of quite nicely. Okay, that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, so what's this Neptune energy? So it's almost like somebody, I feel like, was with somebody. Okay, 7 of Pentacles in reverse because they couldn't grow anything on their own. So they needed a foundation to build something. Roots. Cancer energy. They needed a foundation. Yeah, see, like 2 of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, 8 or 9 of Cups in reverse. Like this person was really having a hard time, like working, making decisions, getting anything off the ground. They might have been, I feel like this person was put into a long-term relationship because they like to rush things. They wanted to rush, just get into something, secure, lock the door, and then manifest. And like, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just that's the idea that I'm getting. Like they locked themselves away with something so then they could make a life for themselves. And now they're like, what the fuck did I do? But I mean, they needed to do it. Whoa, what's that? Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh, no. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. I thought it was upright for a second. It's not. It's in reverse. Someone's lying to themselves about, you know, where they were directed to go. Cancer energy. It came out. Somebody's roots are like, you know, they're coming undone. It's almost like, and this is weird. It happened in my fish tank. All of a sudden, 3 plants died. And I don't know what happened. Like one is now getting what looks like this disease on it that happened last year when we had this freeze over. So I don't know if somehow they're getting cold or something like that, but it's like 3 plants just dropped on me all of a sudden that I've been growing for at least a year. So, right, sometimes things just die and there's not really an explanation as to why. It's not anybody's fault. It's not what anybody did wrong. It's just you have to be in relationships sometimes. Like the way that I feel about my sister and I living together for this last, man, how long? Like probably like 6 years now. I think we've lived together. I couldn't really have asked for a better roommate, you know, because I didn't really, you know, like you shouldn't really be alone when you're healing and getting your shit together and trying to root yourself. Like that's the reason why I have, you know, a fish tank that's fully aquatic with living plants in it, because I wanted to ground myself. Like I can't just pick up and go. I can't just drive around the world with a fucking aquarium and fish and fucking snakes attached to me and shit, right? I had to put my roots in the ground so then I could be stable, right? Whatever relationship you use to stabilize yourself, nobody is going to say like, oh, fuck you for doing that. You used me. You did this, like, because for the most part, they probably used you too for some crutch effect, right? So it's like, I feel not that this was a crutch because I don't think it was, but I feel like somebody just kind of, you know, realized what they woke up to, that really this wasn't their happy ending. This wasn't their victory. This was just the middle step that they were very much added to do because they didn't know what they wanted. Now I feel like they know what they want. Maybe it'll be like, you know, a splitting ablicamy, you know, how do you say that? Didn't come out right? Amicably. Thank you. Oh God, I almost choked on that shit. Woo! Temperance in reverse. There's that 9th house again. King of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse. Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on? Watch, this is going to be in reverse too. 5 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse. Emperors finally upright with Death in reverse. Moon in reverse. Okay, so this is the person that needed to stabilize themselves. Like, you know, Santa needs Mrs. Claus at home, okay? He needs somebody at home. And like, I know there's people that work a lot and they need somebody at home. Like, not even really as a sexual thing. It's just like having somebody at home, you know, so they're not so many, like I've noticed, I mean, if I had been on my own, it doesn't matter who we pick to spend our time with. it's always safer to have, it's a buddy system, right? Why would anybody want you to be on your own? Okay. Like, obviously they would want you to be buddied up with somebody. That's why I'm like, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that whatever this long-term goal is, whatever this was that you were with, it doesn't have to mean a marriage. It's just a long-term relationship, okay, that you were able to basically like lean on. And maybe with the moon in reverse, somebody stopped hiding so much. Maybe they were hiding a lot. Okay, and maybe there was some death there, and I mean, there's a cemetery twice here, so there could have been some death and some burdens that this emperor had to carry. So they got put into a relationship so then they could stabilize themselves. Because this person, there's the tower, okay, with the lovers. I feel like somebody's breaking up. And the reason why they were with somebody, okay, that's Jack all wasted, okay? And then look at that Knight of Cups underneath. Fucking, there's the cup in his hand about to get wasted. I feel like possibly this person had an alcohol problem. Some type of alcohol dependency that they really weren't willing to give up. So they partnered up with somebody so then they would stop drinking. So then they would stop, emotionally kind of being a basket case. And then they healed. Six of needles. And then made some type of empire for themselves, that's for sure. 9 of Pentacles after this healing. Which I don't really think they wanted to do. But, I mean, Knight of Wands. Yeah, they might have... not really wanted to do what they had to do. That's why I think the universe gave them a good partner. Okay. So then they could stay alive. That's how I feel. Again, like, I think my sister and I were born into the same family because there was going to be a point in our time where we were going to be alone, and we needed to be, if we were going to be alone, we needed to be together. And I remember my stepmother knowing that my sister and I were living together, and she was so disgusted by it. 2 grown women living together, like, you're single, you need to be on your own and in your own situation. And I thought to myself, like, I have lived alone. I have done that, bitch. Like, I don't want to anymore. I don't want to live alone. I don't want to be alone. Okay. And when you don't want to lie to yourself about that situation, then you lean on somebody else. There's nothing wrong with that. Then you lean on each other. And I'm telling you, if my sister and I didn't have each other, there's a lot of things in our lives that we would have had to give up because we wouldn't have been able to afford it. We wouldn't have been able to support it because we were ditched. And when you're ditched by your whole family, what are you supposed to do, right? You're just supposed to kind of stay together, right? Stay with each other, stay grounded, right? If this person didn't know how to stay grounded, then you might have had somebody that literally just stayed in a relationship around you until they were ready to almost like go on it alone, right? Like grow up. That relationship that grows somebody up. So I hope that resonated with somebody out there. I think someone's shit talking me on here. What's the point of being live if you're not seeing the questions and interacting with the followers? Okay, what have you been on here for, like 2 seconds? I've been on here for over 3 years. Okay, of course I listen and I read the chat all the time. We do questions all the time. But if you're going to be pushy and come into my live, like I'm just supposed to stop the channel and just look at what Kumar is writing, then yeah, you can leave. Okay, because I'm not desperate for people. All right, I'm here because this is what my mission is. Look at, she just, oh my God, talk about a little bit like take the spotlight, eh? Holy shit, you just want to come in and just have everybody give you what you want, eh? Wow, some people. Holy fuck. I'm here, channel me now. No, you can go away now, little girl. Oh my gosh, I've had Nelly Furtado, Maneater, in my head for days. I don't know why. I haven't heard that song. I haven't played that song for 20 goddamn years. And Maneater is just in my head. And it won't go away. So riddle me that, people, on why these songs come in like this. She's the man-eater, make it work hard, make it spend more. Somebody is a man-eater up in here. No doubt, look at, that's why I'm saying it. Clearly, someone's got their attachments. With Compass, I feel like somebody is being like drawn to you. They're being called into your energy. Okay. That's not an accident or a coincidence. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so we have a little visitor from the past that's watching you. And I feel like you had intercourse. But you know that saying where it's like, it's never off the table? You know those people, I don't know if you have those exes where you didn't really break up and like hate each other. You kind of just separated, but it was never really like you never off the table. It was never, you didn't hate each other. You didn't write evil notes to each other. You didn't want to hurt each other. Something's going on here with somebody. Maybe they weren't really, I mean, just intercourse. It wasn't, I'm not saying that you guys fucking dated and got married and shit. This is like hooked up. There it is. With this guy. This little magical man here. Came into somebody's life, giving them very good pleasure. And that was no accident. That was no accident. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Hangman. Rough. And emotional as fuck. Okay. Prophecy. Go, go, go. Hate. The invitation. Bagul and alert. Okay. I do kind of feel like there was some type of fight that happened between the two of you. Obviously, something happened, and then you weren't doing it anymore. Obviously. Okay? But this person, they have, like, some type of childhood demon. They have, like, really bad parents or something like that. And maybe you have really bad parents. It's like they might have a mustache. Suddenly my mustache just got really ishy. I was like, do they have a mustache? Because they might have a little scruff here. All right. They are about to text you an invitation to something. Okay, and it's a prophecy. Like, I don't know if they have... I just heard 2 tickets to the gun show. Like, Spirit, come on. Seriously, though? Like, is there a ticket involved? There might be, like, a New Year's Eve Rockin' Eve kind of thing that they got going on, or something they might invite you to, or like a Christmas thing they might invite you to, something like that. Now that okay, so this person, I feel like they thought you hated them. But for you, it was never off the table. Again, like, there obviously was some miscommunication here. Okay? But now it's like they're getting the notion to come towards you again. Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering, like, what this lawless is about. I mean, sorry, what Bagul is all about. Okay, the childhood demon, obviously. And I got lawless. And that makes me think that that's parents that played lawless, parents that did things. Possibly there could be sexual abuse there. They took the law into their own hands. They did whatever they wanted to do. It's like, I wonder if you like met this person in like some type of meeting for sexually abused people or something. Childhood sexually abused survivors or something like that. Like some type of survivors group. I feel like you guys survived something. I don't think it was together. I think it was different childhoods. And this person had like a pretty big anxiety disorder for a while. They had some type of obsessive disorder, panic attacks and stuff. And that would be from childhood trauma. Like, if people knew what abuse did to children and like the long-term effects of even what one encounter does to a child for the rest of their life, it's like that 30 seconds of gratification can fuck somebody up for 30 fucking years. But I'm so glad you decided to use a child to fucking jerk off into. And scar for the rest of their lives. All those broken people are in that fucking meth house right there, cooking up every fucking day because they can't live with what their parents did, and nobody gives a shit about them. 30 seconds of gratification. Actually, what does it last? How long does an orgasm last? 5 seconds? If you're lucky. 10 seconds? Awesome, great. 10 seconds. 30-year sentence for the victim. 10 seconds, 30 years, that seems to, like, you know, that really that really evens out for fairness, right? Like, you fucking crazy? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's not fair at all. And then there's the star. Like, there's something drawing them into you. And like, that's the analogy of like people who come together after they've survived something like catastrophic, something that should have killed them, something that basically puts you in a jail cell for like your whole fucking life while everybody else is walking around free. Tell that to a victim. Oh, you're free. Walk around. Do whatever you want. Yeah, okay. Let me just go grab my gun and my German Shepherd, and I'll go for that walk now, bitch. That's just so easy for you to go to the bus stop, right? Takes fucking people years to go back outside after they've been attacked or fucking abused. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know. People don't know. Fox Mulder, the unexplained. You see what I mean? Like, there's something that is unexplained about you with them. It's like you just understand each other. And for people who haven't been manipulated or abused, they don't understand the victims. They don't understand where the PTSD comes from. They don't understand where the panic attacks come from. They don't understand why people are overly emotional. They think people should just get their shit together and stop being so emotional. Get your shit together. You know, you're out in public right now. Yeah, and what the fuck does have to be out in public have anything to do with your mental health? Right? Like, some people just want to talk as if they just know everything and they're not even a victim. They haven't survived anything, but they know exactly what goes through survivors' heads, right? They know exactly because they've read some books and they've met a few people and those people have told them what it's like. Like, wow. You know, these people, they gotta be really careful. You want all this sympathy. You want to act like you survived something and you barely even walked a fucking mile. Be careful, because you might just get what you're craving so bad, and that attention, but you ain't gonna like how you get it. You know what I mean? Lover, I can't retract this if I tried. Like, somebody is digging on your crazy childhood PTSD vibes. And like I said, only crazy people will understand. So that knocks out majority of the people that you know that are fake and just walking around like robots. These are the people who are alive. And that's why it's not really gonna make sense with this person. It's just gonna work well, you know? It's just gonna work well. It gets really awkward when you date somebody and you have an awful family and they have like the best family in the world. Like, some people take that great, like, oh my God, you have the family that I would love to be in. Other people are, you know, super fucking weird and they don't really want to be around other people and they don't know what a good family is like. And you know, those people in the good family have no idea that monsters exist, you know, that your family members could have even done what they did to you, right? So it's kind of like, it can be exhausting to victims of abuse with people whose families are and look perfect, right? Because it's like, it's just not what we're used to seeing. And then you want to think, oh, you got a perfect family. I'm sure there's some skeletons in the closet there, you know, and then you're like, whoa, you know, like, not every family is like yours, but majority of them fucking can be at the same time. Okay. Some people just don't know. And if they don't know, how can you have a conversation with them? That's why, it's hard having conversation with people now, because either they're awoke and they know what's going on, or they're sleeping and they're fucking retarded in my district, right? Like, I don't have anybody to appease. I don't really have anybody like that I even care really to talk to. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if I can't have good conversation with you, do you think I even want you around? No, honey. Okay, so Sherlock with the big old storm cloud. So it's possible that whoever this person is, like, they have done a lot to uncover their past, you know, like Sherlock. What does Sherlock do? What does Fox Mulder do? They go and they open up the cases and they investigate the cases that nobody else can. Right? So you're one of those cases. You're not, people have already walked past you. They don't give a shit. Your case was too hard to solve, so they walked away. Okay? Because of this, like childhood trauma, that shit, you don't really remember it. You can go your entire life and not know what your trauma is. Honestly, you can keep it locked behind that door and see that monster every day and never know what they did to you, because you put it so far in that closet and so far away in the dark that you're never gonna accept it. It's never gonna be an issue, even though your PTSD reminds you every day that there's fucked up shit there in your past. But it's hard to crack the code. right? It's hard to understand like why you had certain feelings towards people when you were younger, like why you were scared of people, why you ran away from people, why you have abandonment issues. Like all those things come from a situation that happened to you, whether it was multiple situations or one physical event that catastrophically, you know, lifted and shifted your life in some way. It could take fucking years to figure out. And I mean, when that huge destruction happens, it's like almost like a Pluto energy. You might not even know why it's happening because you still don't know what happened in that room or what happened with that person. Like it took me years. I mean, my stepfather always scared me, but there was this time where my mother went out of town and I was like 16 years old. I can't remember. I was 16 and my sister had already moved out of the house. I had my room in the basement and my stepfather was obviously there. My stepfather and my mother were huge alcoholics. So they were basically drunk every night. There really wasn't a day in my childhood where they weren't drunk. Okay. So my stepfather, I was always kind of weary of him, but it was weird because I was scared of him, but I wasn't. And he was drinking and we were sitting on the couch. He had like a den where he used to smoke. And I would go in there and, you know, watch hockey with him sometimes or whatever. Like, I mean, because I was 16 and I smoked. So I'd love to go into a room and just inhale cigarette smoke, right? So any chance I could get to, you know, puff on one of his Camel disgusting cigarettes, I did. And one night when my mother was out of town, he was drinking wine. And I can remember because he spilled it all around the house. I had to clean it up the next day, all these red spots of wine. And he put his arm around me on the couch. And he would always say how much he loved me. You know how much I love you. You know how much I love you. And then he would kiss me. And then he would always ask me for a kiss back. And then he would kind of hold me there sometimes. And he would always say these weird things to me, like these weird brainwashy things about how, you know, me and him, it's just me and him. And we have this special bond and nobody else knows what, it's just me and you, Whit, in this world. And nobody else knows. It's just you and me. And it was so weird because those conversations, they would come and it would make me feel special. Like it was just me and him. Like it was just me and him. But I didn't realize until I was older what he was saying. It was just me and him on the thing that happened. Nobody else was around. It was just me and him. It was just me and him. That's what I had to realize, right? Was what these people say when they're right in front of you as to brainwash you, knowing that what they did was wrong, but you don't know that it was wrong, right? So he puts his arm around me and he's saying his shit, he's brainwashing shit. And then I realize he's really holding on to me. And I'm like, now I'm creeped out because it was like 11 o'clock at night, right? It was on the weekend, obviously. I don't know where the fuck my mother was, but then I get creeped out. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm going to go to bed, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I kind of scooched off. He's like, okay, have a good night, kid, blah, blah, blah. And I shut the basement door. I go downstairs. And then there was another door because my mom actually had kind of like made me a room in the basement. She like walled it off for me. So I had a door and everything. So I shut my door and I remember I had my dog with me and I was like, fucking Max. Like I have goosebumps all over me right now. I was so scared and I didn't know why. That's the thing. I didn't know why because I hadn't, you know, I was 16. I hadn't put 2 and 2 together. What he did to me, I was 3 years old. Like it took me fucking years to discover that, you know? And then he comes downstairs. And I don't know how long it was that I went to bed, but he came downstairs and I heard him. I was fucking terrified. And again, I couldn't explain why. And he's knocking on my door. And then he opens it. And when you're an abused kid, the only thing between you and them is that fucking door. And if they can get it open, you're fucked. Okay? And he just opened it. And he was standing there in the dark. And he was whispering my name. Whit, 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 get up, get up, get up, get up. And I put my head under my covers. And I was shaking. I was terrified. And finally, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, longest 5 minutes of my life, him just standing there with a glass of wine in my hand or a glass of wine in his hand. Because when I looked at it in the morning, all this wine had spilled in front of my door. So I don't know how long he was fucking standing there watching me, but he stood there. And the next day I went to my father and I told him what happened. And I said, Craig really creeped me out. I don't want to be there. I don't know what happened. My stepmother, fake stepmothers right away. Oh, we got to do something about this. Oh, obviously he did something to you. Whoa. Okay. But then the next day I go back to school. Then I go back to my mom's house, however many days it took for me to go back to my dad's house, and everybody forgot about it. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared. What Craig did, I couldn't speak to my mother about it. My father completely forgot about it. Now all of a sudden my stepmother's being a bitch, so can't talk to her about it. And I was like, okay. So this whole thing of my stepfather staring and sitting there trying to lure me out of bed as a drunken pedophile, that's not good enough answer. No, we're just going to forget about this. Forgotten. Didn't bring it up again for 20 fucking years, and all of a sudden I was the asshole. Because again, you're always going to be the asshole. If you even question them, that's the thing. I wasn't allowed to even question my stepfather. He threatened me immediately. What do you think that means? Someone who's not even willing to talk to you about something knows that they're guilty. They know, and that's what it doesn't matter if it's intense or if it's weak. If somebody doesn't message you, if somebody doesn't give you the answer, they know why they're not. They know they're guilty. Okay? Guilty parties stay quiet. All right? Because they don't want you to know that you know the truth. They're going to keep that from you even though you do know the truth. Okay? Trapped in a box? Oh my God, look at this. And prophecy. We have 2 freaking prophecies here. 2 with trapped in a box. Okay, so clearly whoever this person is around you, all right, they seem to, I don't know if it's they're drawn to your survival, they're drawn to your magic, they're drawn to, I don't know how you react. I don't fucking know. Some people stand up for themselves, some people have a voice, and some people don't. Whoa, okay, someone's in my phone. What the fuck? Yeah, somebody just got into my phone. Literally, what is happening right now? There's robots in my phone. There's some people coming into your lives, all right? And they're coming into your lives because of everything that you survived, okay? Because they survived things like that. Like I said, it's when you date somebody that's not in your world, it's really hard to have them understand your world and where you come from. Because, your Christmases and all that shit and your life and your birthdays, they weren't the same as everybody else's. Even if they did look the same as everybody else's. Like, I was the most depressed child. I used to just sit in my room. I was like 8 years old and just cry and cry and cry. And I didn't know why. I was probably the most depressed in my entire life. I was 16. My friend killed herself. And again, you carry this PTSD and you have no idea, the smallest little grievance, and you might as well just fucking, shot a hole in somebody's heart because you're so unbalanced and you're so unhealed that even the smallest thing that happens to you, it blows up because you're not okay. Once you start to ground that energy and somebody dies, somebody passes away, or they choose, it doesn't affect you. You let that person go, you grieve them out, you move on with your life. You don't put them in front of you every day as now the crutch to your depression, right? If you and people do that when they don't know what happened. They just walk around this black cloud, right? Overly emotional about everything. I used to be I'm still a fucking wreck. I think I'll have an anxiety disorder for probably the rest of my life. I'll never take anything for it. It's mainly just weed I smoke. I had to deal with my anxiety. I had to go meet a gentleman today, 8:30 in the morning. And I left my house at 10 after 8. And he was right there. He was 2 minutes down the road. I was 20 minutes early. And I honestly, I was so stressed out about it. To get to You know, it's simple, but it's not, because there's been so much interference, right? And so much trauma that like the littlest, almost like schedule switch or something, and like a schedule switch, especially at work and shit, can like throw me off for days, because that's, you know, if this is what my schedule says, I want it to stay like that. Don't switch it on me and fuck with my head, right? That's PTSD. Like, that's things that you survived with people switching things right in front of you and you couldn't do anything about it. So now when they switch things, you freak out, right? Because that's your only mechanism to these people not fucking with you anymore. Right? And it's all shit when you're a fucking kid. It's all stuff that parents hang over your head. Like, I'm the adult, you're the child, shut up. I'm the adult, I know what's best. And they're like poisoning you. They don't fucking know what's best. They're jerking off. They have no idea. But, you know, they gotta put that pride on top of you, right? A kid, obviously, make themselves feel better than a child. Oh. Man, Danny, what the heck is going on with the live today, buddy? I was like, you don't even gotta fucking worry about hitting those bastards. I don't even care if there's shit written. I really don't. I'm not even paying attention. But if you want to delete the messages, actually, I guess sometimes I delete them. Why do people gotta? I don't even know what's been saying. What have they been saying? Are they like making fun of me or something and calling me crazy? It wouldn't surprise me. Calling the crazy psychic lady. Oh, no? Oh, good. Okay, they're just being idiots. Oh, are they the ones that are like, show me your titties? Show me your ass. Oh. What is up with people? Like, these people, I've never even seen them before. And they just like want things right away. Like, you just want a bunch of stuff. Like, I never even seen you. Like, easy. I mean, sometimes we do that, but like not all the time. Like, especially like wait until I ask, you know, for questions. Don't just start yelling at me. I have no idea what's going on. I'm getting yelled at on my live. Now I know how the famous feel. The rich and the famous. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm watching a drug deal go on in my backyard right now. Oh, I do have quite the life, don't I? Man, there was some kind of crackhead fight out here the other day. Oh my God. I thought this guy was going to run over somebody, and then this other guy smashed 3 of his windows. Oh my God. And then these dogs got let out, and all these bitches were going crazy and yelling, oh my God, the fucking dogs. Oh my God. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's like, I have a pretty entertaining view up here. But I'm pretty sure they're cooking meth below me, so great. I'm just a ticking time bomb ready to go off, but goddamn, I'm entertained. We've got the entertainment down pat here, people. Oh, remember that day we had gunshots? So there's more gunshots the other night. That was great. Oh, and then I read up. There was a full murder at my house just before I moved in. And obviously killed by gun. How else would they have been killed? My house, too. Not the crack house. My house. I'm like, fuck. And he got let off. Big picture of my house right there. Yay. Man, let off from multiple gunshots that led to a killing. Oh, my God. Drama. And the LDC, it's kind of hobby and Snoop Deal double G. That just came into my head, people. It's free entertainment on this channel, by the way. May I pick a little something for the G's? And okay. 6 in the morning. I put my snake in a new enclosure today. Oh, she's so happy. She's a happy little lady. 45, 55, 555. Nice. That's change, people. Okay, this is kind of an easy, well, not, I mean, easy message. I don't even know what that means, but basically what I'm getting right now is spirit. There's a little message of spirit just saying, make sure that you remember to cleanse yourself, cleanse your aura, cleanse your space. I did a really nice Reiki session for my house the other day, just to keep the balance. You know, there was, was it last night or the night before? This house, it was just like popping like Christmas Eve. Like there was just fucking people everywhere. It was like 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh my God, go home. Every one of you. All right. Get your meth tomorrow. And so I did like a big clearing, you know, just to break up stagnant energy. And it felt really different. Like definitely in my apartment, it felt different. Then I went and cleaned my floors. Okay, we got the broomstick here. So basically the message that I'm getting is like during Yule, okay, that's where the veil is the most thinnest. Okay, well, that's what they claim anyways. Okay, because it's pretty darn tootin' thin. Now, Yule, we attach a Yuletide log usually, and the Yuletide log that people actually make in Sandheim, okay, burns. They're supposed to stay in your chimney and burn to keep all those spirits away. Woo! Okay, all those spirits away. It's kind of like Krampus. Have you ever seen that movie? Right, where the grandmother keeps saying, make sure you keep that fire lit. Keep the fire lit. Keep the fire lit. Right? As soon as the fire dims, oof, done, son. Okay? Those little fuckers come right through that chimney. What do you think happens in your own home? All right? Oh, praised and loved by the gays? Oh, you're praised and loved by the gays. Well, so am I, baby. Even though I'm not gay, but love y'all. Okay? That's what I am getting. There's something lurking. Okay. And actually, this is the time of year too, where I don't have a chimney, okay, or a chimenea, anything like that. So I just usually keep a single lit candle going. Now, during the holiday season, I'm very like sensitive to smells. I'm not like, I don't like cotton candy and sea breeze going on in my house. I like, you know, pine. I only like real smells. So I actually found cheap candles this year that smelled amazing and really like rich. And I've been burning. I usually have one burning all the time. And that I consider my Yuletide log, basically, because it's a flame lit. But if there is any spirits around, where do you think they're going to go? They'll be drawn to that flame. Plus, you can do something around the flame. Like, you can always substitute in witchcraft and dabbling, you know, keeping yourself just like spiritually inclined, you know, and pure. You can dabble in a lot of different things. Like, it's not like one thing, and that's what we all do. Like, if you don't have a chimney, then you don't got to light a log because ain't nobody coming down it. Right. So, but then compensate. What do you open at this time? Possibly your windows. Right. So where can they come in then? Right. It's just like there's always something else where if you do have open windows, right, keep these bad boys around, especially at your entrances and your house. Just selenite. I was gonna say selenite candles. You can't light this. It's a crystal. I mean, sometimes if I'm having if I really want to do a clearing bath, I'll put this in the bath with me, and they do start to dissolve because they're salt. Okay. So, I mean, you can put those at the windows. You can put statues like Athena at the window. You can put Zeus at the window. Fucking battle those motherfuckers trying to come through. Okay? Like, it's a crazy world out there, and there is a lot of magic, and you can believe in it or not. It's up to you. If you don't want to believe in it, then don't. But if you do want to believe in it, I highly suggest you take it fucking seriously, because if you're opening the spiritual realms with tarot, if you're dabbling in the arts, then you're a part of this game, which means you got to protect yourself. You're an open door. You're a portal. Things can come in. That's not all good. Like, is there only good in this world? No. Right? So 3/4 of the shit that's going to want to attach themselves to you ain't going to be good energy. It's going to be nasty energy. It's going to be awful energy. Right? It's going to latch into you, jump into those drinks, get into your feelings, right? And poof, you got a demon in you and it ain't going anywhere. It's going to feed off of you now. Okay? So now is the time to keep yourself balanced in the light and protected in the dark. Witch's Cottage security. You got to beef up security. That's what I'm getting. Can you hear the sirens going off? Something's going off back there. Okay, as I pulled the security card. Beef up security, bitches. See all those windows? Each one a portal to another realm. Cleansing water. Thank you. Okay, so major body cleansing right now in the water, people. Okay, there's that siren again. If you don't bathe, like if you don't have baths, it's totally fine. You can have one of these bad boys in your shower with you, which you can actually just get off Kijiji. You don't have to go to a witchcraft store. They're everywhere. You can put them in your shower. You don't even have to buy selenite. You can just go into your shower with salt. Pour salt over your head. Do the cleansing ritual. It ain't fucking difficult. Okay. So definitely every day in the shower can be used as a cleansing ritual. And I suggest somebody do that, because why else are we told to bathe every day if not thus cleanse ourselves every day? We're cleansing in 2 different ways, or 3 different ways: mind, body, soul. Okay. So I really like that message, because that even, reiterates the shit that I do every day. And because they're like, my sister said it the other day, she was like, what are we supposed to do? Protection spells every day? Yep. Every fucking day. Twice a day. 3 times a day. 4 times a day. I don't care how many times a day. As many times as you pee, put a little protection up for thee. You know what I mean? It's not going to hurt anybody. That's for damn sure. And if you're a person that gets caught in the crossfire a lot, then might as well protect yourself fucking 7 times a day. There's no wrong way to do it unless you ain't doing it at all. Okay, so clearly somebody needs to do it, or it's just saying good job and continue. I'm staring at these cards right now, and I'm like, I never use them because they're my spell cards. I'm not even going to shuffle them on. Okay, really? So you can't see them. But I want to know what the heck they're talking right. Why are you talking to me about? You keep getting me to look at you. What's up? What up? What up? What up? What do you got to say? Oh, I told you they were talking. All right, what's it say? Minting money. All right, this is a money spell. And cast out bad energy. Cast out bad energy. We're going to read that one first, because I fucking don't want to say I told us so, because I told us so. Okay. Here is an ancient way of casting out demons and bringing good tidings for your friendship and families. Buy a big bag of dried beans and invite all your friends over. In ancient times, many pagan people believed that beans contained evil spirits. Maybe that's why they make you fart so much. They get you gassy? Makes sense. This spell is ideally performed during an eclipse. When that which is hidden is revealed, go somewhere high in elevation and give everyone a handful of beans. Start throwing them down one at a time, then toss each, calling out whatever you want to kiss goodbye. A job, a bad relationship, whatever your personal demons may be. After you have discarded all the discord from your life, you and your friends can celebrate the lifting of your burdens. Well, isn't that something? I never read this card before, so damn! Is that a everyday spell? That's just an everyday spell. Now, this one is a money spell. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, it's a mint money spell. Okay, take a few sprigs of mint and put them in a teapot. Boil water for tea and pour over the mint in a teapot. Chant this charm. By my hand, with this helpful balm, blessed mint, most boisterous herb, bring me health and heart and calm. Abundance I shall see by every deed and verb, and so it is. Breathe in the scented steam from the teapot. Fill your lungs with the smell of prosperity. Repeat the spell once more, then leave the pot on your altar for 24 hours, a full sun and moon period. You will begin to see signs of your wealth increasing within a week. Damn! We are going to be casting evil spirits and making money in no time, people. So there you go, all right. For some lucky person out there who decided to watch this. That is your spells for the day. Actually, that was pretty fun. I love these cards. You know, I don't really play with them enough. They asked to come down and join the fun, and I took them down. I didn't actually think that they wanted to speak, so good job, cards. Good job. Good job, everybody. We did some pretty damn good readings today. Whoop. Opa. The universe agrees. It's been a really long day, and I didn't even sleep last night. I've been up since 6 this morning. Well, yeah. If you want them to be blocked. If you don't want them to be blocked, then no, they're just going to keep taking your pot. Oh my God. We were listening to G Unit in the kitchen. I was making my sister something to eat. And I was dancing. And I was being serious. Obviously, because I'm a gangster. And she started laughing at me so bad. And I was like, don't you laugh. I'm like, laughing will get you killed on the streets. Anyways. You know it. All right, peace out, everybody. This was a great live, by the way. Good energy, everybody. No, she never stops. She always laughs at me. My sister, she thinks everything I do is the funniest thing. We're strictly here just to entertain each other. I don't even know. I don't even try. She just thinks I'm the funniest person ever. And I gotta say, I'm pretty funny. I've worked on it many years, crafting my humor. It's majority sarcasm, you realize that. But sarcasm is funny because people listen and they're like, oh, and you're like, I'm not joking though. Hence the sarcasm. All right, peace out. Jigga, jigga, yeah. I'll be back. Oh, God. What day is it tomorrow? Is tomorrow Friday? Oh, I got to do that. I knew I had to do something tomorrow. I'll definitely be around. I don't know if I'm going to do records or if I'm going to go live, but I will be around tomorrow at some point. Turn those notifications on. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Danny. Hey, around here, the weather is getting warmer. So riddle me that. All this snow, we're like losing it. It's gone almost. It's like a fucking 20 degrees outside right now. So anyways, peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Only take what resonates. Always remember, they're general messages. Okay, peace out. Triple B. Ugh, I'm frozen.